Okay, so this is my Live Electronics project, which is a light-controlled instrument. I think I'll explain it first because then it's easier to see how it works after it's been explained, rather than just using it and then trying to explain it afterwards, and you have to go back and all that kind of stuff. So it's a sheet of MDF with 16 light sensors on it. You can sort of make a few of them out in the video. It's quite difficult to see. It's difficult to see them in real life as well. There's a sheet of Perspex on top which diffuses the light. This doesn't work so well because they're quite far spaced apart. Initially I wanted them to be quite close together, but I didn't realise that if I made it A2 size they'd be so far apart from each other, so the diffusion doesn't work too well. But that's compensated for in the Max Patch, which has some sort of averaging stuff which I've explained in the write-up. It's split into 3 different sections, so this is section 1 here. These 6 light sensors, and they control a square arpeggio kind of sound. Section 2 here is these 6, which controls a sine sound. In both these sections, each light sensor relates to a specific note, but there is that averaging technique, which means if you put your hand over one sensor, it's not only going to play one note, it's going to play, some of the ones next to it. Along the top here, these top 4, they are effects, or manipulation devices. So the first one is a resonant delay for the square wave. It's quite delayed, excuse the pun, and coming in, so it kind of is more of a swelling effect. The second one controls the duty cycle, or the pulse width of the square wave. It makes it sort of go up and down, this nice little ramp. This third one here is a little FM modulator for the sine waves, and it just kind of goes in a little upwards arpeggio throughout the notes, triggering these little modulations. I don't know what you call them, sort of percussive elements, I guess. And this fourth one is the chord change, and it cycles at the minute through 6 chords, but there's always room for expansion for more chords or different behaviours doing different things and stuff. All these top 4 sensors work by, you place your hand over it and then it doesn't do anything, and when you take your hand away then it triggers, because when you're moving your hand under this light, it's quite difficult, as you're covering, for example, these ones here, it's quite difficult to see where you're coming in, so you could always just come in a bit too fast and accidentally trigger it when you don't want to trigger it. So if you do that and you come in too fast, you'll be like, okay, here I am, and then you take it away when you want to trigger it. It's a bit of a sort of fail-safe mechanism. So that's sort of how everything works. So I'm going to do a little demo of it now in action. Yeah, so that's this thing and how it works. Quick few points to mention is the calibration technique, which is easy to explain. I've already explained it, but I might as well show it. So you have your light, for example, it's just my phone at the minute on the top. You can't really see it there, but it's on top of this black pole. It's shining down. When it's light like this, you hit the high calibration button in the max patch, and then when you want to set the low setting for like the light value of the shadows, you just cover the lights or turn the lights off, and then hit the low value. If you want to use it using a torch, you can do it the opposite way around. So you set this to be the high value and this to be the low value, and then you can just use, some torch of some description, I don't know, to shine on the specific different light sensors. You get a bit more control with that, but it's a bit less expressive because you can't cover as many light sensors with the thing, and it also doesn't look as nice with the your hands being lit up. Another thing I want to add is gesture control, because at the minute it's very much, you cover a sensor, it does something. You cover this sensor, it does something. You cover these, one here, that one, you cover everything, it does something. I want to make, so if I go like in this kind of motion, it'll say, okay, I'll do something new now. And I think I could use Wekinator for that, or something like that, to get that gesture control in there. Other than that, there's not really that much to say. I hope you enjoyed the video.